initially here. When you look at the press release that came out of the Prime Minister's office on the 23rd of July, it is very misleading in two instances. If you look at the end of the second paragraph, it says that these monies are to be held or to be used for projects that the trust would have had its beneficiaries agreed to. At the end of the press release, there is a statement saying that you go to the trustees for payment that benefits payable to you. And so that is misleading, because that is not the intention of the trust. It is the government who, when these agreements were penned back in 1996 specifically, were told, the unions were told, this money is to be for projects in compensation for the suspension of the increments during those 2 years. So at no point is it to be understood that these monies would be to pay back individuals the increments they lost. Because when you look at the other correspondence, at the time of the 480,000 B shares that were given, it is said that they were valued somewhere around $1.9 million or $200,000. And if in 1995-96, the increments of public officers and teachers and other government paid employees nowhere came near to what that increment cost to government would be, because increments to government cost about, on an average, maybe $6, $7, $8 million a year. So no way this amount of money that has been held in trust could have been intended for you to pay out individuals, as a number of them have interpreted. And we need to point out that it seems that it was deliberate on the part of government, so that the unions or the members of the unions, the beneficiaries, can now start to fight with the union and move away from what the real issues are. Because there is no way that any individual can be compensated in terms of being given that increment. We also need to point out that over those years where those increments were frozen, that individuals were given promissory notes and those were cashed. So therefore that compensation has taken place. What we want the beneficiaries to understand is that this trust must last 120 years. So the issue of sustainability is key. Additionally, even if it were to be that you wanted to put a monetary value on the increments that were frozen, then government should have been paying interest on that money so that you could now compensate those persons if that were the case.